Hello. I'm doing this on my phone, so.
Hello and welcome to the Mental Health Hotline. If you are obsessive compulsive, press 1 repeatedly. If you are codependent, ask someone to press 2 for you. If you have multiple personalities, press 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you are paranoid, we know what you are and what you want. Stay on the line and we'll trace your call. If you're delusional, press 7 and your call will be transferred.
Okay. So I thought I would hop on here and have a lot of appointments today, and it's almost 5 in the morning. Now, traditionally, I talk about politics, but honestly, I don't know about you. I'm burnt out on it. I am so burnt out on it. Now, I'm using an app called Spreaker because I don't have StreamYard right now. So if you're wondering why there isn't a person there, it's because I'm using a podcast that automatically uploads to my YouTube account. Now, I'm having to be quiet because my house is asleep, the people in the house. So, what is this video about? I'm glad you asked. There is a YouTube creator by the name of Katie Jo, and she's got a channel called Without a Crystal Ball. And there's been a lot of drama. There are lawsuits going here and there. And I think a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. But I just wanted to point out a few things. There is such a thing as life ruination, which is very similar to what Katie Jo is going through. Life ruination. It's a troll, like a big-time troll word association. I'm trying to be very careful. I'm not a troll. And nor do I want to go through life ruination. But, Katie Jo, your situation reminds me of someone I've known on the internet, and we'll just call her Dee Dee. Dee Dee used to have, or I guess she still has, a podcast. And she went on a couple different platforms. And she encountered trolls and hackers. Now, some of these she thought were really funny, and it was a call-in show. But it became very unfunny. She got swatted. I don't want to give people ideas, but, my goodness, she lost her home. It was a really nice home. Not in your state, but a southern state. I'm trying to be very cautious. And one day I get a call from the Dr. Phil show. I'm somehow involved, very lightly. And Dee Dee is high-strung, very creative, but she likes to control people. She had a bail bonding business that's defunct now because of the life ruination. Hence the reason why they lost their home. So, I'm just thinking. Dee Dee, she went to the Dr. Phil show, and no one would go on the Dr. Phil show with her because she had lost her business, her home. I don't know if this is sounding familiar to you. Times were hard, really hard. And I've been watching you for about, I guess it's almost a year. And I too have enjoyed your content. I like the Duggar content, the Sister Wives, I grew up knowing all about the Duggars, and my goodness. It's very important not to react, because that's what these trolls are wanting, Katie. They want you to react. What do you do then? When they want you to react, you choose to respond. And in my opinion, if I came from a defensive standpoint in a debate where someone puts you on the defensive, very rarely will you win if you come from a defensive standpoint where you're already labeled the bad person or the person that should have to prove what they say, but the other person doesn't have to. So, I would want to get those two things really across to you, is to not react. Go take a bath. Stay away from the internet. Oh, in that life ruination, one of their end results is to run people off of the internet. Internet's become part of our culture, our lives. I mean, just think of being without your phone. Just wow. And I do that sometimes when I go out to the woods. So, I'm still having to whisper. I hope you can hear me. So I would choose to respond instead of react. And I would not put anything out there. I don't know about you, but when I've been involved in lawsuits, the first thing, don't put anything on the internet. Just don't do it. Because these trolls watch you and they see what you react to. And as they see you react, they decide to give you more of that stimulation. You're their food. They can see their food. They can hear their food. They can poke at the food with their words or actions or phone calls. Don't feed the trolls. Feeding the trolls means that you react. They call it a lulz cow. It's a different breed than a Karen. So I don't know. I mean, you can reach out and contact me. But I would just do your strict, your information, your tea. I would stay away from anything political. Oh my gosh. I almost lost my crap, Katie. Because you couldn't understand why the Duggars wouldn't say anything about their son's campaign on their page. They have a nonprofit. Nonprofits cannot comment or do anything with the political world. If someone wants to create change in politics or anything to do with that, they need to form an LLC, not a nonprofit. So, I don't know. Don't do anything rash. I can see, Katie, that you're under a lot of stress. A lot of stress. So, have a good support system. When you feel like you have to say something, write it down maybe. Do something different than getting on YouTube or Instagram or tweeting. Go back to your scheduled podcasts. You're not that bad at that. People will come back. I find that people will forgive if you really take accountability. That does not mean that you diminish what has happened. But in the same thought, I don't think I would wait for that accountability. Because if you give people that are suing you evidence, and that would be evidence, you gotta be cautious. Listen to your attorney. So I've rambled a little bit because I really want to tell you a lot of different things that I think would be helpful. But unfortunately, I think others would take ideas from that. Gosh, do you remember Gamergate? I'm just saying. That was a total random thought. Okay, it wasn't random. I'm an honest person. It's not my way to be deceitful or devious. But I think I could help you. I think I could. And I want to. You're not a bad person. You're going through a lot of stress. You're dealing with realities that you haven't been dealt with before. The way you view the world. So, and another tidbit. When you're talking about the Bible, let's talk about 1 Thessalonians. It's not 1 Thessalonians, it's 1st. Kind of made you sound like Trump, and I felt bad for you at that moment. So, anyway, contact me. And to everyone else, when you see someone under extreme stress like this, when this is their source of income, and yeah, maybe she should have rethought some of her actions. But that shouldn't have to cost her her livelihood, her home, and God forbid, the life. I just remember you have a lot to live for, Katie. You really do. Don't give up. And this will be in your past soon. Anyway, I'll talk with you later. This has been another production of Political Woodstock.